Hi guys. Today I want to talk on a different topic than usual, but since it's a singles Christian group page, I think this is appropriate. I've actually written down these notes back in December of 2018, but I haven't talked about it. It's actually a topic that for some reason I'm not that comfortable talking about, but for some reason I feel like I should talk about it. It deals with having bitterness about the opposite sex, of either the women or the men, like the men having bitterness towards women and women having bitterness towards men. It's important not to let that bitterness for a seeming lack of good men or women in your life, and not let bitterness to creep in thinking that way, because it will color your certain relationships, it will color the people around you, and you will start viewing them with that misconception, because there are plenty of godly men and women out there, and oftentimes we make ourselves think otherwise, and we keep saying, oh, like there's no good men out there, or there's no good women out there, and we're kind of speaking it out and making it a reality when in fact it's not true, and we shouldn't let that bitterness, and sometimes that festering bitterness and that long wait for the godly spouse makes people lose hope, and that shouldn't be the case too. We should be faithing on, as we know that God works everything out for our good. We know that it's just that timing that might not be right, and it could be God is still working on that other person, that your better half, so to speak, or your spouse. He's still working on them too, and you can't rush that process, however long it may take. So you just need to be patient. And at the same time, this weight cannot overburden you and overcome you, that you're closed off to other relationships and just not even opening yourself up to possibilities, thinking in a way that there's no way that there could be that good person out there, or somebody that like God, you're waiting for God to give you somebody that He promised, and you might have a different vision for that person, putting that person into a cookie cutter box and not opening up yourself to different possibilities and what it is that God really wants for you. And we need to let go of any bitterness that we may have, because it can give you a negative view overall on men or women, which again, we're judging them and we're putting everyone in one box and telling them this is how they are, this is how all women are, this is how all men are, when it's not true. And we shouldn't let other relationships or seeing unsuccessful relationships around us have us cause us to lose that hope, because it does not mean it's going to be you. It doesn't need to be you with that unsuccessful relationship. Just because others may be experiencing, it does not mean that it will be so for you. God does have great relationships for people, and I just wanted to talk about this, and hopefully this gives you hope. And like I said, this is something that I journaled into my journal back in December of 2018, and not really sure if I ever was going to talk about it to anybody, but I just noticed this certain sense of like this bitterness, especially for people who've been waiting for a long time for their promised spouse, and they're letting this bitterness creep in and to color their emotions, their feelings for any possible relationships, and just overall speaking negativity. We just need to be careful that we do not do that, and we just continue to pray and have faith that everything's in God's hands, and that it's all on His timing, not on ours. All right, God bless y'all. Bye.